All right, so it's Ebo TV, King Sharif, Mona, Scott Young. How's it going?
It's going great. Thank you.
You look beautiful.
Aw, thank you.
That's what's up. Now, you've been putting together these shows for a long time. What made you really, say I want to do something with Hot 97?
Oh, I've been trying to do something with Hot for a long time. I've been chasing Ebro down. I mean, I'm sure you guys have seen his cameos that he's done on Love and Hip Hop and The Gossip Game. And he's just great. And every time I go to the station, I love the dynamic there and, the family environment, the camaraderie. And I'm a fan of shows like WKRP. Do you remember that show?
Yeah.
You're a baby. You don't remember that.
I'm super young, but my grandmother put me on.
Exactly. So those were great workplace shows where you got to see a family dynamic. And I was surprised that there was nothing like that on air. And I always felt like these guys would be great. And sure enough, they pulled it off.
Now, what made you say, you know what, you did the Gossip Game thing and then you went from that to Hot 97? Was this a whole totally different standby, or how did it feel?
Well, I mean, it was a totally different show. That was a show, about an ensemble group of women in media, trying to make it happen for themselves. This is more about an established brand, the guys who hold down the hip-hop scene in New York. And what are they like when that on-air light goes off? And they're funny and they love each other and they wanted to show that. I mean, they were dead set against doing anything that was going to have any kind of a negative vibe to it or that was really going to interfere with their personal life. There's Angie Martinez walking right across the camera. See what I'm saying? That's what a boss does, But yes, she's bossing. So, just the fact that they trusted me enough to allow me to bring the cameras in and trusted the fact that I understood how special they were as a group and was going to be able to convey that. So for me, it was an honor that they allowed me to do the show. But I think people are going to see what they're like, and everything you hear on the radio, the funny, the love, they're like siblings almost. You're going to see that on the show.
It's a family.
It's a family, absolutely.
There it is. Now, I mean, you put shows together all the time, and people are like, oh, it's going to last 1 season, 2 seasons. Do you see this thing going past 1 season? Let me know.
Absolutely. I mean, I think it's a breath of fresh air. It's a very different format. I think people are going to be like, I'm not quite sure what this is, but at the end of the day, it's funny. So did you like it? Did you think it was funny?
I loved it, and I got to see it firsthand, so I was just like, whoa, 2 episodes, really, really dope. I mean, the funny parts about it, certain people surprised me, like Flex and Angie, they surprised me a lot. Who's your favorite character?
You know what? You couldn't choose because as you watch the different episodes, they all have kind of their story threads where they take the lead, and they were all great. They nailed it. And the thing is, there were no scripts. I have to keep saying that because you think a lot of the funny stuff that they're saying that some comedy writer wrote it. This is just all off the top of their heads. These guys were phenomenal.
I have to ask you, originally when you were putting this together, was it originally sketched as a comedy, or you just wanted to, you wanted to do a show together with them?
I knew I wanted to do a show with them that captured the essence of who they are. And at the end of the day, these guys are funny. So we knew that it was going to be a comedy because there was no way around that. That's all they give you. You can't even take them seriously. You go up there, it's like being in a room with your own siblings where they're making fun of you. And so I knew that it was going to be funny. And what we did was we just kind of tapped into the stuff that goes on at the station. Info would be like, yo, somebody keeps stealing my lunch. So we're like, okay, let's go for that, And Flex had this whole thing he wanted to do where he was going to make an action figure. And there was just something funny about the fuck master, so we just kind of went with that. And the fact that we also had an opportunity to incorporate the cameos of all the celebs that come up there every day, it just came together on its own almost. I'd love to take credit for it, but I'm telling you, these guys just did it themselves.
There it is. Mona, Scott Young sat down with me, Ebo TV. I'm King Sharif, and I would like to thank you for sitting with me.
Thank you so much for being here.